folks? Once again, it's your boy Tim with another ride-sharing video coming to you in my Chicago Bears jersey. Yeah, our season sucks this year, but don't worry about my team. Worry about yours. Anyway, I want to play something to you, getting in all seriousness. This is what we talk about when we strike for safety purposes, when we suggest that Uber and Lyft, these ride-sharing companies, do not give a damn about our safety. Here is a news story that was on this weekend. This came on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. This is really disappointing, folks. But unfortunately, it's the world we live in, and it is why we need to get these ride-sharing companies to change their tune. This is the kind of danger that they're putting us in. I'll play this video, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
NBC News investigation into an alarming trend. Dangerous drugs like fentanyl being delivered through Uber Connect without the driver even knowing about it. Zincle Esawa now with one grieving mother's warning.
This is her as a baby.
It's been 9 months since Ann Portillo lost her daughter, Alex.
I have really been taking things minute by minute, forget day by day.
Alex was in recovery for 7 months, but died from a fentanyl overdose just 2 days after her temporary release from a sober house, needing to quarantine from COVID-19.
We made sure that she was in a good place where she was safe.
Alex was staying alone in her family's home in a gated community where entry was monitored by security and her mother. One morning, Anne received an alert from the front gate. It was an Uber with a delivery for Alex.
She used to always order food, and it wasn't really anything out of the ordinary.
But it wasn't food. Alex connected with a friend online and bought fentanyl from him. He used Uber Connect to deliver it to her.
Never in a million years would I think that they were delivering a lethal dose of fentanyl, but that's what happened.
Uber Connect was created during the pandemic, a fast way to send goods with drivers. Unlike the Postal Service and other major delivery services, Uber Connect packages are not randomly inspected, and drivers are not allowed to open them. NBC News spoke to 6 former and current Uber drivers, telling NBC they worry some of their packages are suspicious.
That's bullshit. This is bullshit. Running fentanyl through our vehicle. We already don't get paid shit. And can you imagine if for some reason you're stopped and your vehicle is searched by law enforcement and you got to try to explain this? Hopefully you can, but it's just simply not worth it, folks. Now, the biggest problem here, why I'm blaming the ride-sharing companies, there is no other way you can ship packages, folks, without routine searches and folks doing checks and balances. I don't care if you're shipping something through the mail, FedEx, UPS, bringing stuff in through customs. Everybody else who lets you ship packages perform random searches on the packages, because one thing is clear. If you allow people to send shit without any sort of oversight, people are going to send shit that they should not be sending. This is a perfect avenue for drug dealers to essentially do business without any worry. Send it through the Uber or Lyft from point A to point B, and you're essentially making us do all of the dirty work. You're turning us into drug runners for a very, very low price, because we obviously do not know the risk. Now, I will say in this case, the woman you see in this video, she should sue the hell out of the ride-sharing company. I believe it was Uber that was involved in this, because yeah, they should certainly have some sort of random check in regards to what is being sent. Obviously, us drivers have no access to the packages or whatever we're sending, so we cannot do any sort of checks. So we just have to send something. And in this case, it cost the life of this woman's daughter. Fentanyl, right now, that is the #1 deadliest drug out there, even surpassing heroin. Fentanyl is some bad shit. And the idea that one of us drivers, with the amount of money we make per mile, could be carrying something like that and being potentially on the hands of liability for carrying that around, it's insane. And the ride-sharing companies are more than smart enough to know that allowing people to ship packages without any type of random, inspections or anything like that is going to lead to this. But listen to what Uber had to say, giving their little legal jargon, trying their best to cover their ass.
Using its services for illegal activity is expressly prohibited, and if a package looks suspicious, drivers are advised to take it to law enforcement. In the case of Alex Portillo, an Uber spokesperson confirmed they provided information to law enforcement in this investigation.
More bullshit. They know, like I just said before, they know if you allow people to send stuff along and you do it on the honor system, there's a lot of dishonorable people out there, and especially in our business. So the reason I posted this, I want to ask you guys, how many of you, as a Uber or Lyft driver, I do ride sharing part-time whenever they offer the right amount of money. How many of you believe that you've had a passenger in your car, for instance, and they were using you as a gateway to do something illegal, such as dropping off drugs? I'm going to do 2 stops. I want you to run me by my boy's house in the hood. I'm going to run in here for 5-10 minutes and come out. And you just felt in your mind that I just helped this man make some money illegally. Have you ever had a horror story like that, or somebody was running and jumping in your car and yelling, drive, drive, drive? Have you ever had something like that happen? Because I certainly have. I have actually taken passengers to, hot spots, known drug areas, and you could just tell the individual you were dealing with or how shifty there was. I had a girl get in my car. I'll give you an example. I had a girl get in my car, and she didn't even know where the hell she was going. She was driving up and down the block. I think the house is here. Okay, ma'am, you put an address in. I'm at the address. You don't know where you're going. She honestly did not know where she was going. When we got to the location that she thought she was supposed to be in, she got out the vehicle, and someone from across the street seen her, walked up to her, handed her something, and she got back in the vehicle, and then she wanted to go back to the location in which I picked her up. 2 stops. Now, obviously, that looks shady as hell. So I'm asking that, have you had something like that happen? Now, I turned around and looked at the girl and said, come on now, I know y'all ain't slinging out of my shit. She gave me a $20 tip, which is essentially the answer was yeah. But I want to ask you, have you had someone do something in your vehicle that you just felt deep down in your freaking soul was shady as hell? Did you kick him out of the car? Did you give him a warning? Did you ride Uber? Really curious to know. Because a lot of us are in bigger areas, urban areas, and we get this stuff. They do use these vehicles. They do use us as drivers to engage in, moving narcotics back and forth. Or, you might be carrying a hoe in your car from point A to point B. I picked up chicks from strip clubs. I had a chick get in the back of the vehicle that was damn near butt-ass naked. For you guys who are old enough, and I'm assuming most of you aren't, the movie Basic Instinct with Sharon Stone, the scene that made her popular, for all you who are old enough, you know what the hell I'm talking about. I had a scene like that in my vehicle. Catch you guys in the comments. Subscribe to the channel as usual. I respond to any and all comments. It's your boy Tim. Catch you later.